Train the muscles, not the joints.
So welcome back to Natural Line Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a pump. Do you have to get a pump in order for an exercise to be working? Is this an indicator of the exercise actually working, or are there reasons why you might not be getting a pump but still getting results in that area? So let's talk about that. But as you can see, I'm on the go again. I'm in my truck right now. I'm going to be doing filming all over the place, and yeah, I'll be talking about the subject along the way. So the reason why I'm on the go when I'm doing these videos is because I'm trying to get a video out every single day. So make sure you check in and tune in, subscribe, otherwise you will end up on the mountain. And that said, I have a new t-shirt now, Mountain. You just click the link will be down below, or you go to my website, you can get the t-shirt. It comes in sweatshirts, tank tops, you know, all this stuff. So just check it out, just scroll down, you can check out all the different types of merchandise that comes with this new logo on it. So thanks a lot to my shitty cameraman for making that logo for me. Thanks, man. And yeah, he wants me to give him a shout out, but I'm not going to. And I have had somebody ask me about my music and about, do I sell my music? And yes, I do sell my music in my albums on my website, naturalgallantbodybuilding.com. I sell t-shirts there and workout programs. So for those of you who don't know, yeah, just go to my website, just search through the website. You'll find clothing and merchandise, you'll find music for purchase, and you'll find workout programs if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff. All right? Okay, let's go. Let's do this. All right, we're here. First part of my journey. So first things first, gotta lock the car first. So first things first, you're gonna notice that some muscles tend to get better pumps than others. And I think for each person, this is gonna be different. But at the same time, some muscle groups seem to respond better and get more of a pump than others. While other ones, you might not get much of a pump, but at the same time, you get massive soreness the next day. So hamstrings for me would be one example of this. So don't judge purely just on what type of pump you get on whether you're getting a muscle worked or not. So that's one thing that you wanna take into account. Pump isn't the whole picture. Pump isn't the whole indicator of what's really happening. Some things to look at is, are you getting a little bit tight the next day in that area? Are you getting a little bit sore? Or is something else getting sore altogether? Like say in the case of incline presses, are your front delts just getting sore or tight, but you're never getting any sort of tightness or pumpitude the next day? So this is another thing to talk about, is the delayed pump. Is there a delayed pump in your muscle group? Maybe you're not getting a pump during the workout, but then the next day you feel a little bit pumped in that area. So this is also something to take into account. So maybe you're not getting that gut busting pump in the beginning of the workout or during the workout, but the next day you're walking around with your chest puffed up like a parakeet in the cage. They're proud of your new feathers or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's something to take into account. So it's not purely the pump. It can be a couple other factors, but it is one thing to look for. Getting a pump in the area can be an indicator that you're getting some sort of muscle thing going on. You're getting some sort of muscular stimulus. All right, I'll continue. Just one second here. Do you want to see some training footage just for a second? Maybe I'll show you some training footage while I get a coffee and then we'll come back. Kitty, you drinking on the job?
Yes. Were you here where that thing was here? Were you here when that bar was
I came here yesterday and I saw this new table here.
Okay, well, you were here.
You need a longer table because this table's clearly not long enough to fit my lats. One of the reasons why you might not want to chase the pump all the time though is because if you do super lightweight or super large endurance activities, you may get a pump from that too. And it doesn't mean that it's actually the best thing for growing muscle. So sometimes the pump is not telling you the truth. Sometimes you're doing rep ranges of like 200 reps or you're doing endurance work, or maybe you're going for a jog and your quadriceps feel a little bit pumped after. But that does not necessarily mean that you're growing muscle. So I have found that the pump is part of the whole picture, but it's not the entire picture. So you don't want to get too wrapped up in chasing the pump, although it can be one indicator that you're stimulating a certain area. Oh yeah, I haven't got my coffee yet because they're slow here. Cole, if you're watching this, Cole, yeah, you. Another example of this could be isometrics. If I do isometrics, I never really get any muscular results from that, but I can get a pump just from posing, but I don't get any more muscle gains from that. So that's another example. Another genius example of the pump is not always telling you the truth. Mountain. Now another thing to consider is that some rep ranges may facilitate a better pump than other rep ranges, but does that mean that you should avoid the rep ranges that don't give you a pump? I mean, maybe those rep ranges tear down the fast twitch fibers better or do more damage to a different muscle fiber. Or maybe they help establish a connection or build that nervous system better, so that way you can have more strength, so therefore you can do more endurance work with a higher amount of weight. This is another reason why, again, you don't want to get caught too much in the pump trap, because yeah, you might feel great always getting a pump and you could walk into a coffee shop with your chest puffed up. But at the same time, is it necessarily giving you more muscle? Not always. Maybe it's facilitating more muscle with a certain type of muscle fiber or certain type of energetic pathway. Maybe it's helping you access more glycogen or pump up more carbs in the area, whatever, and that may be part of the whole picture. But remember, we always talk about synergy here. If you watch my video on bodybuilding synergy, I talk about this. It's not about just one thing or the other. This is just one part of the picture. Excuse me, I'm just pumping some gas here. But one thing I want to say is don't look for just short-term pump, because something a lot of people miss is the overall body fullness. Like, how full do you feel the next day? How pumped do your muscles feel over the long term, not just short term for that workout? So sometimes you can get short-term pumps but still feel flat the next day, still feel flat the day after that. So what I look for is an overall holistic pump that lasts during the workout as well as after the workout. So that's something to consider. All right, I gotta pump the gas here. Just up the road. Well, up yours too. Now, another concept rarely entertained by most people, and I do not mean this in an insulting way, okay? I don't mean this in an insulting way, so don't take it this way. But you can't pump what doesn't exist. That's the point. So a lot of times beginners or people that are advanced, but they may have a certain muscle group that is not very developed, and then they're looking to pump that area. But if there's no muscle to pump, how can you get a pump? So you also have to take this into account. Sometimes in the beginning stages, when you're first getting results in a certain area, you may not necessarily be getting a pump because you're in the beginning stages of building that muscle through which you will get a pump in the future, right? So I remember when I first started training, I used to get like a fatigue or a really deep kind of ache or whatever in the muscle, but not necessarily a pump, right? So if I was looking for the pump then, I just would have quit training because I wasn't necessarily getting a pump. It took me a while to develop enough muscle to get a pump, right? So at some point, then I started to understand, oh wow, that's what a pump is. I started to actually feel a pump because I started to get the development necessary in order to be able to enjoy a pump. So don't give up. Just because you're training a certain area and maybe you don't have the development there yet, as you're training, you may gain the muscle, and then therefore in the future, you might be doing the exact same techniques, but you're getting a massive pump. So that's another thing to take into account. Genius, right? Genius. So anyway, I hope this helps you in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Jason Gallant, and this is called Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, for those of you who try to call me other names like Jim and John and Terry and whatever else, because some of you guys don't know my name yet. My name's Jason, all right? Jason. So yeah, if you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and there you can get t-shirts, music that I produce. I produce all my own music, and you can get workout programs. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot to the patron supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.